here again, and today we're going to be talking on the subject of codependency regarding control. There's many different ways that people control, or seek to control, I should say, other people. First of all, know that control is an illusion. It's not real. You only think you're controlling people. You're really not. There's different ways, as I said, that you can control people. One of them is anger or rage. A lot of people feel that when they get angry, they feel powerful, so they feel like they're in control and in charge, but that's not really the case. You're really out of control when you're angry. Helplessness, acting the victim, oh poor me type of thing, or nobody cares about me. I see this a lot with older parents with their younger children. I don't mean little children, but adult children, where the mother might be elderly and she might say something like, well, you don't visit me at the nursing home. I guess you don't care that I'm just old and I'm going to die one of these days. That kind of thing. Playing the victim, acting helpless. That's a manipulation and a control. Inconsistency. Some people control by not following through on things. Therefore, they kind of keep you hanging. I'm very familiar with that from some people in my own life, that they make promises they don't follow through on, and you just kind of wonder if they're ever going to get around to what they're doing. Overeating or undereating is a way people control. If somebody is overeating, it makes them feel like, well, hey, I can do whatever I want, and look what I'm doing here with this food. I can just be in charge of what I eat, and I can just eat and eat and eat and not care. That's kind of a form of control over yourself. It can kind of make you feel larger, like not just physically, but larger emotionally over people, that you have more power over people. Undereating, like anorexia type situations, makes people concerned about you. They're concerned that you're not eating enough, and really anorexia is about control anyways. The whole thing is about control and having felt out of control at one point. Food is something they can control, so they use the food, but it's really about controlling other people too, by saying, well, because you didn't pay attention to me, I'm going to starve myself and disappear. And anorexia also has that physiological point to it of not really seeing yourself at the weight that you're really at, and you just always feel fat. There's a lot of different reasons for anorexia, but we won't go all into that. But undereating can also be a way that you manipulate and control people. Staying sick, playing the victim again by always being sick, always having a headache, always having aches and pains, so that people are just falling over themselves and flocking to you and saying, what can I do, what can I do, and honestly, the person that's on the other side of it, as I've been many times, feels really helpless. And that is a form of control. I'm not saying you shouldn't tell your friends how you feel if you're hurting, get them to pray for you or whatever. But don't milk it, Don't use it as a weapon, to manipulate and control people and get them to always feel sorry for you and always fall over themselves trying to make you happy and comfort you, when you know that there's nothing really anybody can do if you have some type of debilitating illness. Ask for help, ask for prayer, yes. But don't, every time you talk to them, tell them you have an ache or a pain, and it's just, it's just really draining on people. Speeding, like being on the road and being the speed demon, the road rage, it makes you feel like you own the road, woohoo, you got your little top down and you're flying down the road at like 90 miles an hour past the speed limit. That's another form of control. It kind of scares the people that are riding with you too if they're not used to that. It's also against the law in most states, so don't do that. Whining, like I already told you about, we won't go into that. Being a neat freak, this perfectionist, got to have everything in place, always have the house just perfect, always have your hair up a certain way, and that's kind of a control thing, and especially if you're controlling other people to be neat and perfect around you, that's another thing. Being a slob, just kind of lazy, not hanging up your clothes when you come in, making everybody else do it. That's another way. Being irresponsible might seem like you're not in control. It seems like you're out of control, but it really is a way to control people, because by you not meeting your responsibilities, you're putting that on them, and that's not good. So those are some forms of ways that we control people. If we're not careful, we want to be, balanced in our life and everything. Or an irresponsibility is a way of avoiding responsibility as well. Kind of think of it that way. Against responsibility. You're doing things so that you don't have to take care of what you should be taking care of. Not good. Rejection and failure are what cause the irresponsible behavior. You're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of doing it wrong, so you're just not going to do it. That kind of thing. It's very unhealthy to do these things. A lot of it involves denial. When you confront the person with these problems, they deny it. They stuff or dump. They'll stuff their feelings down, or else they'll blame shift somebody else and dump it on them. It's a way to manipulate others, as I said. It's controlling. A lot of compulsive issues go along with this. Rage, the rescuing, feeling you have to be everybody's answer and hero. Withdrawing from people, the silent treatment, isolation, fixing, trying to always have the answers, like I said, or make things right or make things better, blame shifting, and the last one is smothering people. Smother love, constant flattery. I'm guilty of that. I admit it. I struggle with that a lot, because when I really care about somebody, I want to constantly tell them, I love you, you're just so beautiful, you're so talented. And if the person themselves have issues with feeling insecure, they eat that up, and they will drain you, because, not purposely, but it just ends up that way, because you feel like you constantly have to compliment them. And no matter what it is, it's never enough. So I just wanted to tell you that, those little signs of control and manipulation. And there's healthier ways of dealing with it, and we'll talk about that on the next video. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, don't keep secrets. The most dangerous secret, or the most dangerous things, are the things that stay hidden. Reveal the secrets, expose the truth, shine the light. God bless you. Bye-bye.